Our number today, 866-582-9933, if you've got a success story you'd like to share, or if you want to contribute to the conversation, or if you have questions about anything we're talking about. We are addressing serotonin, continuing talking about serotonin. By the way, tomorrow we're going to be talking to Dr. Robert Lustig, the author of a new book called Fat Chance. Some of you may have seen Dr. Lustig's YouTube video. If you haven't seen it, it's called Sugar, the Bitter Truth. It's about an hour and a half video on the problems associated with sugar intake, especially with fructose intake. Dr. Lustig is the go-to guy, at least in the medical community, on sugar and sugar's relationship to obesity, according to Gary Taubes, who wrote the book Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It. No scientist, is a quote from the book Fat Chance, quote, "No scientist has done more in the last 50 years to alert Americans to the potential dangers of sugar in the diet than Dr. Robert Lustig," unquote. We'll be talking to Dr. Lustig in the second half of our program tomorrow. All right, so speaking of sugar, in the book Potatoes Not Prozac, the author, Dr. Kathleen Desmaisons, and that's Desmaisons, if you're interested in looking her up, says that you can upregulate your serotonin effects by eating potatoes, hence the term potatoes, not Prozac. And to a certain extent, she's right, I suppose. The idea being that when you eat sugar, it creates chemical changes in how your body absorbs certain amino acids and certain food chemicals, and the net effect is an increase in serotonin. The problem is that when you eat a lot of sugar, eventually your body stops listening to sugar, and this, instead of causing an increase in serotonin, can cause a decrease in serotonin. In addition, one of the big problems associated with serotonin is the fact that it is a stress hormone, and when you eat lots of sugar, you put your body under a lot of stress. You start to secrete stress hormones, serotonin, among others, histamine, adrenaline, cortisol, and these stress hormones have a net breakdown effect on the body. Long-term serotonin increases, whether it's related to psychological stresses or physiologic stresses or eating lots of potatoes. Long-term serotonin increases shut down the body's ability to grow, shut down the body's ability to repair. Long-term increases in serotonin secretion are a manifestation of the emergency response, the stress response. Serotonin is largely produced by stress cells in the digestive system, cells that we've been calling enterochromaffin cells. Stress cells in the digestive system produce the vast, vast majority of serotonin in the body. And these stress cells in the digestive system are connected to problems with gut bacteria, probiotic issues. These stress cells in the digestive system are related to something called H. pylori. H. pylori is a bacteria that thrives under conditions of low stomach acid. When there's H. pylori abounding in the digestive tract, this is perceived as an emergency, and the enterochromaffin stress cells of the digestive system will secrete more serotonin, causing a clotting of the blood, causing hypertension, causing a decrease in the growth and repair process, causing an upregulation of all of the stress response. Via this gut serotonin connection, pretty much any health issue is possible. Once you've upregulated serotonin production in these gut cells, you could have potential issues with any system in the body, especially the brain. A lot of research on autism and schizophrenia, in addition to depression, involves this sensitivity of these stress cells in the digestive system to H. pylori, to processed foods, to intake of toxins and excitotoxins in processed foods. It's thought that sensitivity of these stress cells in the digestive system may be related to all kinds of brain health issues. By the way, these stress cells in the digestive tract also produce histamine, which is another stress chemical. And remember, the first antidepressant drugs were drugs that controlled histamine. So this whole depression connection to stress chemistry is one that we've known about for decades. If you are dealing with depression, the first thing you want to consider is an upregulation in your body stress chemistry secondary to something you're putting into the system. The bottom line here, folks, is once again we have this important and plausible connection between the digestive system and health issues that involve stress, especially brain health issues like depression, autism, and schizophrenia. I know I talk a lot about the digestive system. Sometimes I feel like I'm repeating myself ad nauseum, but the more you learn about the biochemistry of the body, and the biochemistry of health and wellness and disease and sickness, the more you can see this fundamental, truly basic nature of digestive health to every single system in the body, to the health of every single system in the body. Even systems that seem on the surface to be completely unrelated, like the brain and the blood, are fundamentally connected to the health of the digestive tract. If you are dealing with multiple organ failure, if you've got all kinds of problems and you don't know where to begin, if all kinds of systems in the body are falling apart and you don't know what to do, you should always, 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 always return to the fundamentals, which mean digestive health. If you got multiple things going wrong in your body and you don't know where to begin, hit the reset button by fasting completely for a couple of days, or if you can't fast completely, use liquid nutrition, use soups, vegetable waters. If you can't do a complete fast, at least take the load off the digestive system to keep the digestive system from having to process solid foods. Do a food diary, see where you're at, see what kind of foods trigger what kind of digestive issues. Use probiotics, take digestive enzymes, use apple cider vinegar, use bone soup, use glutamine, and all the other nutritional strategies that we talk about on the Brightside for addressing digestive health. All right, there's so much more that I want to talk about with serotonin, and we will continue this probably going into tomorrow and on our next Brightside episode. But the bottom line, at least for today, is the fact that serotonin is a stress hormone. You can upregulate, you can increase serotonin levels by eating lots of sugar, but it's not a great strategy. In the book Potatoes Not Prozac, Dr. Dave Massones does say that you can eat sugar and you can upregulate your serotonin levels, but number one, given the fact that serotonin is a stress hormone, do you really want to do that? And number two, you're actually putting more stress on your system, and this is how you're upregulating the serotonin system, by eating lots of potatoes and eating lots of sugar, which is never, ever, ever, ever a good idea. This ketogenic diet that is used for seizure disorders is a great diet for everybody to practice. The ketogenic diet is a high protein or moderate protein, high fat, saturated fat especially, which is coconut oil fat, and essential fatty acids, and low carbohydrates. Of course, you always want to make sure that you're getting your micronutrition, your small nutrients, your vitamins and your minerals, your fatty vitamins, your water vitamins, and your minerals. And I can think of no better way to get these micronutrients into your system than the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Ultimate Daily from Longevity. This is why it's so important to supplement, people. If you're not a believer in supplementation, if you're trying to get all your nutrients from your food, your micronutrients, your trace nutrients, the nutrients you need in small quantities, trying to get those from your food, good luck, because it ain't going to happen. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Our number 866-582-9933. Tomorrow we'll talk to Dr. Lustig about his book Fat Chance and continue talking about serotonin. And we'll also tell you about the magical, powerful hormone-like substance that comes from
Men who want intimacy and pleasure back in their love life don't ask if, they ask when. So men, spark up your love life, get pleasure and intimacy back, and please your special lady with Epic Nights. Epic Nights is a safe, revolutionary herbal sexual formula for men that combines ancient herbal ingredients and modern science to significantly support stamina, performance, and pleasure. Men, Epic Nights is a proven 100% natural product that works first time, every time, even after consuming alcohol. And you won't hear any of those cliche disclaimers, man, because Epic Nights will not give you unwanted side effects, but Epic Nights will allow you to give your partner what they deserve. Epic Nights is guaranteed as one of the most effective male enhancers on the web, or will refund your purchase 100%. Buy Epic Nights at buyepicnights.com, spelled BUYEPICNIGHTS.com, or call 1-877-330-1120, 877-330-1120. Epic Nights. One pill. One Epic Night.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufactured manufacturers. If you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
I will never forget the day my son Jeremy told me he hated me and slammed the door in my face. I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman. Behavior problems can turn the child you love and your life into a nightmare. That's why my husband James and I created the Total Transformation, the step-by-step program that shows you how to fix the worst behavior problems and get your child to respect and listen to you again. No matter what the behavior, defiance, backtalk, angry outbursts, disrespect, we can help you stop it. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you. You can keep it forever for free.
Limited number of free programs available. Call now. 1-888-912-1595. 1-888-912-1595. That's 1-888-912-1595. 1-888-912-1595.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
Brightside Pharmacist Ben here. If you want to learn more about the Youngevity products, or if you want to purchase any Youngevity products, or if you want to sign up and start yourself a Youngevity business, head over to my website, brightsideben.com. You can also call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Tomorrow we'll be talking to Dr. Robert Lustig about his book, Fat Chance, Beating the Odds Against Sugar, Processed Food, and Obesity. If you're interested in previewing some of Dr. Lustig's work before the program tomorrow, head over to YouTube and Google or search for Sugar, The Bitter Truth, which is his video that's got lots of great information about the fructose epidemic, the sugar epidemic, and all of the health issues associated with excess ingestion of sugar. We'll be talking to Dr. Lustig tomorrow, and we'll also be continuing our discussion on the stress management hormone, serotonin. By now, you guys should all understand that serotonin, far from being the happy and joy and bliss-inducing hormone that we hear about, serotonin is a stress management hormone. Most of the serotonin in the body is produced by the stress cells of the digestive system. Serotonin, increases in serotonin are associated with blood clotting. They're associated with poor sexual function. They're associated with hypertension. Elevations in serotonin are pretty much associated with all of the signs of the stress response. It's a stress management hormone. You need the stuff, obviously, to help you manage stress, but when your serotonin levels are elevated, you ain't going to feel so good. When your serotonin levels are elevated, you're going to be showing